morning, everyone. I would just like to say I'm very thankful for this church. This church is basically the reason why I'm still a Christian today. I was always a Christian. My grandfather was an evangelist, so I pretty much grew up with the Word. But Lakemore Church of Christ is, unlike many churches, to the fact that we're actually Christians here. Now, we're not the only Christian church in Savannah, but we do it the way it's supposed to be here at Lakemore Church of Christ, which this church has built me up to the point where when I go to other churches, I can see through their lies, their false doctrine there. You can sow a seed and be blessed and leave your money at the altar, and that kind of infuriates me, but I'm glad that this church showed me and kind of took the shells off my eyes like Paul when he first saw Jesus, to whereas I was blind before I started coming here to that, but this church helped me realize that there are actual Christians on this earth, and Jesus is very much well and alive. Amen. I would like to thank, first of all, Miss Nancy. Is she in here? She's not in here, but I would like to thank Miss Nancy because when I first came here, she was the first smiling face that I saw. She was the person that pretty much kept me to this church, because when I left my other church over a disagreement in their doctrine. They were doing something that I didn't agree with. So by random chance, I just came here. And it was black. I think this was like a couple Saturdays after the steeple first fell. So the power was, I don't think it was off, but like all the lights were off, and she just like materialized out of nowhere, and I was just like, my name's Jermal, and she was just like, oh, I'm Nancy, why don't you have a seat? And I came, and they had donuts and coffee, and that pretty much hooked me. But I didn't talk much when I first came here. I didn't socialize. We have a very strong youth, but I was more of an introverted person back then. So I didn't talk much, but you know, as I came over the years, I started talking more. And one thing that really hooked me to this church was the way that Pastor Gene talks when he preaches. Like, he preaches very brutally, but it's the truth. Like, it makes you want to live the word of Christ. He tells you the right things, even though you may not disagree with it and it may be hard. You will know the word of Christ before you leave this church every Sunday. And I thank Pastor Gene for telling us that. The youth group, they're unlike any other children I have met before. There's no other children I've met who all go to church and they actually live it. Like, I've never heard Mallory, Helen, Sam, anybody, Ethan, Hannah, anybody I'm forgetting, Mallory, Josh, nobody. They're all very, you just get this aura off of them, like, you know they're saved, you know they're not about to curse, they're not about to rant, they're not about to wave. And I think that all the adults they did a good job when they were raising these children. I would also like to thank Miss Kim and Mr. Lau. Mr. Leland, right? Mr. Leland, I would like to thank them. They're very good. They're very good role models. You know, you don't see many black families together these days, and they're role models that I look at because they're two African American Christian families who have stayed together, and I thank y'all for doing that. I would like to thank Miss Wendy. She was also one of the first people that I met when I came to this church. She's always a very positive person to be around. Mr. Ron, he always tells me hello. He was the second person I met at this church. Jamie, Miss Dee Dee, I met her shortly afterwards. And Miss Heather, of course, she throws the best parties. Her parties makes me feel like this is an ABC Family movie here. And Andrew, I think Andrew's, he has a bright future ahead of him. He's been very influential as he's kind of a person that, he makes me check myself, you know, because Andrew's very gung-ho in the word, and, you know, He makes you, like, since we're both young, I feel like, he's up on his word. I need to be up on my word, I don't think I should fall behind, and it's very good that I have somebody who's close to my age in the word. Hannah, I like to thank Hannah for always picking me up Sunday when I can't get here. Miss Betty, she's always been nice to me. Miss Connie, she's always nice to me. She comments on my Facebook page, so that's nice. Mallory's very positive. Josh always has a wisecrack to say. LJ's always positive. I consider him like my brother, in martial arts, so that's good. And any of the youth that I'm forgetting, you all have been very influential on me. And I love this church. I love to come here every Sunday. There's no other church I'd rather be at in Savannah. And if I ever leave Savannah, it has to be a church just like this.
Amen.
I feel like there's no other church like this in Savannah or near the area. And I'm just very thankful that God chose me to come here. And that's it. So thank you.